hard power is like war paradigm. Soft power is nature paradigm. And again, nature's ferocious too. Nature's got power. Power, it's not soft power. Isn't like, I'm meek. I'm becoming a soft, lovely little flower. Like, to grow a flower, you have to like be powerfully a seed that can sprout through a shoot and grow against the conditions and then flower beautifully. It's like such a gorgeous experience of soft power. It's all of it. You know, it's interesting because as my teammates adopt this term, they're like, well, sometimes I feel like I have to be in my hard power. Like, no. Hard power is fear-based dominance, you know, overbearing, angry, loud. Like that's not what I don't think that's what you're saying. I think what you're saying is like sometimes you have to be strong and you have to be precise and you have to be consistent and you have to act in a very real direction, but it doesn't mean hard power. Hard power is like very, very domineering, like overbearing, control, money, power, hungry energy. That's the old paradigm. I think when I really tune in to everything, it comes down to safety. All the wars that are being fought right now, all the internal wars come from not feeling safe. When I don't feel safe, I protect, I bark, I defend. You know, when I feel safe and open, I feel receptive to feedback. I feel loving. I feel much more collaborative, much more communicative. And I think so much of it comes from tone and the energy. The challenge, I think, the world that we live in is that everyone is so cut off here. It's such a heady world. Like your mind is actually the most powerful thing. Your mind will make you money. Your mind will get you power. Your mind will get you ahead. But like, it's really the excavation of like your mind to your body, to your spirit. I think about it as like a tunneling, like opening this like golden pathway between your mind, your body, and your spirit. And it's like that excavation is the deepest work that this society has to, from my perspective, has to do, is to get out of the mind state. Well, you said the thing into, but like I felt your energy, you really just wanted me to come hug you. But because of what you said, I'm just going to listen to exactly the words you said. But I can feel your energy is really soft, and hurt. Oftentimes what's underneath anger is sadness and hurt. And I can definitely own that when I'm hurt and sad, I can, like close up and defend, attack, like want to be, protect myself, and that's a very animalistic feeling. And it's actually something that we get to practice. That's one thing I love about being in business, because business is truly a dojo of interpersonal relationships. People think like business is about strategy and about, like building the company and like making sure product market fit. And yes, those things do matter. And ultimately culture trumps, strategy every day of the week and twice on Sunday. And I know that to be true. And I think that's one of the reasons why I was also like, like gearing up to come and take the helm at Hero, was because it's real day-to-day dojo work of interpersonal communication and like the parts of you that are really like, like it's so easy to be like sitting outside and meditating and being zen and going to a temple for a month and being like, I'm so elevated and so higher conscious. But the second you're in business, or the second you're at home at your parents' house, or the second that you're dealing with close friends or family members, like all of your shit comes out. And business, there's this additional pressure that comes with that. It comes with, am I going to make it? Am I going to be shamed if I don't succeed? I've taken on investors. Like there's so much illusion of shame and guilt and fear that comes with business that I think has to be shifted into the soft power framework. Because what happens when you feel shame and guilt and fear is domination, power, loud, need for something to happen right away. I know that there is such a fine line, right? When it comes to business, because of moving quickly and moving, in a sacred speed, right? My girlfriend, Jess, she talks often about sacred urgency versus false urgency. And there's a sacred urgency where you're like, there is a clock when it comes to like how much capital you've raised, how much capital you have. Like you can't, Yes, it would be amazing to be like nature where it's always abundant, ever abundant. And there is this current human pressure of there are only certain amount of dollars in the bank that I have to spend. And so like, how do I navigate that pressure of the dollars that I have with soft power? That is such a challenging thing. And what I found that helps me when I'm in that conundrum is going to sit at my altar or going out in nature and just being in trust. Because when I sit in nature and I'm spacious, I actually come up with the best answers to what are the next 3 best moves I need to make right now in order to continue to cultivate this project. Versus like whenever we rush, we make mistakes. Whenever we're moving too quickly, we make mistakes. I am guilty of charge of making mistakes all the time because of rushing. And again, I think there's a sacred speed that we have to go into. And then there's also this false speed of not everything has to be ASAP.